Hi there, welcome to Nurturing Leadership. I am Andrew White, one of the co-authors alongside Mike Nichols of the new book, How to Lead with Purpose. You will have noticed all over the social media that the name of the book has recently changed. We wanted to change it after speaking to many different people on forums, our book cover designer in America who has a wealth of experience. We've now changed it based on their advice to How to Lead with Purpose. The subtitle is how to build respect, trust, and confidence with ease. We're currently at the stage where the book is being formatted. We could have formatted and edited it a lot sooner. The book has actually been ready for quite a while, but there was a few little niggles we wanted to change, and I thought it was important to update everybody who follows us, who's got an interest in the book, so you didn't get fatigued and bored of when the book's not going to arrive. We are a number of, maybe, I actually don't know the exact time, but we're looking at the next 2 months, give or take a few weeks of getting that book out there to everybody who we feel may benefit, need it, or just enjoy it, to help reflect on their own journeys and change their paths. So really excited to announce the new title of the book. We've changed the introduction, our own stories. We felt it was important that we could connect with the audience could connect with us and understand the deep meaningfulness of why we went down this road of writing the book. So Mike and I have added our own little individual stories in there of our past and our history. Our personal stories are in chapter 1, the collection also. As I've mentioned before, we have 3 chapters. The collection, where we've collected some authentic stories from real people who wanted to share their own traumatic experiences of the workplace, whether they're being bullied by their leaders, whether they're being bullied by their colleagues, whether they've just experienced things they didn't see fit. It's not necessarily regarding being bullied, but maybe just poor management or stories that had 2 sides to it and they wanted to put it into context. Sometimes that can happen as well, where people just get the wrong end of the stick. So, and that's pretty much what caused their need or feel to write it, because they want to have other people gain a perspective, and that's the importance behind these stories, is understanding perspective. We understand there are 2 sides to the story. Mine in particular, mine is called the Tall Poppy Syndrome, and I wanted to share that story because of the trauma that I went through around 8 years ago. I know there's 2 sides to the story, but I wanted to give my side of the story. If we ever sat down and to lash it out, I would quite happily do that. I've now moved on and forgiven those people. And will I ever forget? No. Has it made me more aware and has it made me stronger? Absolutely. And I wanted to share that story. If I ever made a mistake, I would openly, hold my hands up and apologize. I know what I am secure within myself is that I never set out to destroy anyone's day. I wanted to share my journey with those people at work, and obviously they didn't. So that was my story, and you'll all read it anyway. And there's problems that lie outside of that as well, isn't there? You have the individual story, but the workplace can still be difficult even when you move on from that. Judgment, paranoia, anxieties, triggerings. I suffered with that too for many years afterwards. I feel like I probably lost connection and relationships due to the trauma that I experienced, whether they believed it happened or not. I've always been very open. My experience being open has also distanced people. You can see it in people's eyes, the flick of the eyes, the brain, here we go again, or, you just didn't get along with these people, that's all it was. But the depths that these people go to destroy and pull apart a soul is, still does make you think about it. And that's why we wanted to do chapter 1, because we wanted to show the impacts on people's lives if you don't bring in your feel to the game, your nurturing senses, your understanding as human skills to the game. And that's why I always refer back to the feel of the game. You know, I bring my coaching and my refereeing and my understanding of the sporting, my love of the game of basketball into it, you know, the feel of the game. And, you know, I connected, my inspiration is a guy called Simon Sinek and his points of view and his perspective on leadership. Just looking on YouTube one day, coming across the words, leaders don't understand the game they are playing. And I just connected immediately to him because of those choice of words. I never even heard of him before, but for years I've been saying the feel of the game. And I teach my children understanding the feel of the room, the feel of the game, the feel of the moment. My children at school, my children at home, and it's the same. Be your authentic self. People relate to humans, and we're social animals, and we want to connect and form deep, meaningful relationships. I'm going to create another video shortly of another leadership group that I've connected with, and some stats on that exact topic. So going back to the book of How to Lead with Purpose, chapter 2 is the personal development, where we've linked the stories in with one another, how at certain points, fight and flight response might connect with a particular scenario in one of the stories. We've not threaded all the stories, we've threaded a few to connect our points of discussion through to particular scenarios. Chapter 3 is our leadership, where we talk about communication, the feel of the game, relationships. I think that's a really important chapter. We don't dictate how leadership should be, but we highlight what we feel people should bring to the game. And if they don't, chapter 1 is some of the impacts that you could create in people's lives. So we feel that's quite a powerful chapter. So yes, that's the update of the book. You'll have seen that we've created a Instagram page, not only for Nurturing Leadership, the brand, where we bring all of it into, but also a Instagram account for the book called How to Lead with Purpose. So please follow that also. Give it a like, a subscribe, and please follow our YouTube channel, Nurturing Leadership, as well. You can find us on YouTube. All the links are on the social media. I am constantly putting the links in there for people to connect with if you need to. Also, please, that was great help. Any other quick points? I'll just look at my notes for anything else I need to mention. We're going to do potentially a 30-day countdown once we've got it finalized on Amazon. I will be providing a link the link will give free access to the ebook. If anybody is interested in obtaining that link, please message me directly on any of the social media platforms, and I will provide you with those links. And we will ask for those links that we give to that you can provide a review of the book, which will massively help us to get up in the ranking of the book. Again, not to sell the book. This isn't about the money. We really want to support people out there, and so if we can get reviews which help us on Amazon, it'll help us get up higher. And so when people are searching for help, support, self-help, self-love, support others, leadership books, they will find our book. So your reviews will help us. So please message me if you would like a free copy of the book, but we ask in return that you give us a quick review. So that would be amazing. That is it. I hope this update helps you regarding the book, and I hope we can get it to you very soon. And we are just going through that design process of the book cover as we speak, and we hope we make it a good one for you. Take care. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to message me if you would like a free book.